Today is a Stash Update Part 2, Salvinos JR Models Edition. Stay tuned. Everybody knows we're Richard Petty fans, so let's start off with the Richard Petty cars that I've got. This was, of course, the kit of the month a couple of months ago. It was my first kit of the month in the Salvinos Builders Club membership. I did pick up an extra one of these to use with a set of aftermarket decals I picked up. I'll show those in a few minutes. It's 1980 Monte Carlo. I picked up an extra one of these. Now, both of these two kits that I picked up extras of for aftermarket decals, they will be Dale Earnhardt cars. Here's 79 Oldsmobile. I think that's a good looking car. Here's 81 Buick Regal, which would be the same basic kit as the 88 Gatorade car that I built. 83 Pontiac Grand Prix. His 86 Grand Prix 2+2 Aero Coupe. Last but not least, his 92 Pontiac Grand Prix. So I have all of the Salvinos JR Models Richard Petty cars so far. I picked this up from Mike's Decals with a set of decals. These are made by Salvino. These are donor kits. I'm going to build two different cars out of those. I've got two decals with them. I will show those after we've gone through all the models. Tim Richmond 1983 Le Mans. I just like the look of these Le Mans cars. You don't see very many of them in the model kits. I also picked up Cale Yarborough's Hardy's car. Now let's go through some Monte Carlos. I have the Donnie Allison 78 Monte Carlo that he won his final victory in. Bobby Allison's 81 Teflon Monte Carlo. And of course you've seen this one. This was the kit of the month. This 81 Monte Carlo was ran in one race at Riverside in 1981. Another Bobby Allison car when he drove for Hardee's in the flat nose Monte Carlo. Another Cale Yarborough Monte Carlo. This would be the notchback, not the Aero Coupe. There were two of these. Both of them 86, number 11 and number 12. I've got both of those. And don't pay any attention to these prices. That's not what I've got in them. Moving over to the Oldsmobile. I have their 78 442 by Cale Yarborough. Another Donnie Allison car, his 79 Oldsmobile. Really like these Oldsmobiles. And another Cale Yarborough car. The last Salvinos JR models that I have, I did buy a duplicate of this one. And I'll show, that is my current project. I will go ahead and show you what I've got done on it.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
My current project is a Dale Earnhardt 86/87 Monte Carlo for the decals I showed in the last stash update video. Pretty much got everything that needs to be sprayed. Get the body done in the primary yellow, which the back half will have to be sprayed blue. Not sure if I'm going to use that blue, which is pretty much dead on accurate for the color I would need, but it's enamel and these are lacquers. Not sure I want to really fool with it much. I know I can spray enamel over lacquer, but it would probably mess with the clear coat I'm going to use, trying to spray it over the enamel. So what I'm going to use is actually something that's pretty close, but maybe not as close as that blue for the correct color. But here's most of the rest of the parts. Just needs to be put together over the next few days. Pretty happy with the way the paint turned out on this. Now if I can just get it masked off and sprayed. Notice I didn't even bother covering the rear. That's about it though. The only non-Salvinos kit that I've picked up in the last couple of months that wasn't shown in part one of the video is this Aoshima Celica 1600 GT. The kit came open box from the hobby shop, which, you know, everything's still there. I remember in the 80s, I saw several of these were pretty cool little cars. Never owned one. Always kind of wanted one, so I just couldn't not buy this one. Now you've seen these before. I showed these in the last stash update video. These are for that extra Richard Petty Monte Carlo that won a race in 1980. These are for that extra Richard Petty 73 Charger that I bought. This is a Dale Earnhardt car. If I'm not mistaken, this was his first year racing NASCAR. From Salvinos JR Models themselves, these are the vermilion decals that go down the side of that 79 Richard Petty Oldsmobile. And for that same kit that I've got two of, that Richard Petty Monte Carlo that won in 1980. And last but not least, the decals that I ordered when I ordered those two 71 Chargers from Mike's Decals. This is the Bobby Allison Coca-Cola car from 1971. And for the Buddy Baker 1971 Charger. Probably going to do the white one. So there's only a few Salvinos JR Models kits that I don't have. These weren't all picked up at the same time, obviously. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. See you in the next video.
I love the show.